Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is the Phoenix Sports Restaurant on location version of 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley. Don't forget to join me as we record this Saturday here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant and the Phoenix OTB, where you can place your bets all day long. The races in Saratoga and other regions of the country. Plus, we're going to do a Yankees Blue Jays watch party and an Alabama Stakes watch party. One of the great races from Saratoga all year long. You're going to come in. You're going to get all-you-can-eat cheese pizza. You're going to get an entry prize when you come in and a chance to win awesome big stuff too, like Batavia Downs, Stay and Play, a foursome at Timberbanks Golf Club, $50 gift cards to Rosie's Corner, and a heck of a lot more. I want to get into today the Josh Allen factor and talk some Buffalo Bills here in this video. If you watched the first game of the preseason with the Buffalo Bills, you saw offensive efficiency from the Bills. You saw it from all the quarterbacks for the most part. Brian Daboll, the new OC, has the Patriot roots. He's from Alabama. He's won Super Bowls and national championships. The guy is the real deal. There is no shitting around with this guy. And it's a fast-paced, lot of motion, a lot of kind of keep the defense on the heels type of an offense, and one I think that Bills fans are going to love. The one thing, though, that has to happen in the Bills offense that has not happened since the Jim Kelly era is basically throwing the football down the field. And I think that's where Josh Allen comes into play. 6'3", 235-pound kid, throws it down the field. His arm is electric. His arm is strong. You saw that 60-yard ball down the field that was a little bit overthrown. You can see the early chemistry with Ray McLeod. You can see the early chemistry with Kroom. You can see, big targets in Charles Clay. He's having success finding Zay Jones in training camp, albeit it is training camp and not against big-time NFL competition. What is my point? My point is that I understand Nathan Peterman. I understand that he's more improved than last year. He mentally got over the hurdle of throwing 5 picks in LA last year when Sean McDermott completely and utterly threw him to the wolves and benched Tyrod Taylor in the most inexcusable move of the early McDermott career. A.J. McCarron can be pretty efficient and has been a backup in the NFL for a long time and has been vying for a starter's role. Those things are all really nice. But the reality of the situation is Josh Allen is not just the future of the Buffalo Bills. He is the here and now of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I think, have got to start this guy from the first week of the season. Now, I understand it might be a 6-10 season. It might be a 7-9 season. He may throw 23 friggin' interceptions for all we know. But you cannot ignore the flat-out raw talent this guy has. If he puts the work ethic with it and has the ability to throw the ball down the field, I'm sorry. I don't know how you can keep this guy from taking snaps on week 1 in Baltimore. I just don't know how you do it, how you can justify it. What was really pissing me off was in the beginning of camp, Nathan Peterman and A.J. McCarron were getting all of the first team and second team reps. Josh Allen was simply getting the third team reps, to which I'm going, really? Like, this is the guy who you need to see the most of. And in order to make him look a little bit better, you know what you need to do? You need to surround him with teammates. You need to surround him with the best players, with the best offensive linemen, and it just wasn't taking place. Finally, after the game against Carolina, when again Allen went in late in the game, second half, third string players, linemen, etc., teammates who might even not be on the roster 2 weeks from right now, he had to play with those guys as well. So to me, finally, McDermott is putting him with second and first team guys. He had a ton of first rep practices the last few days, which is great to see, and which is an obvious move for Sean McDermott. I just think, listen, I understand the idea behind it. I understand the quotes. I understand how it comes off. I understand the process. I understand Aaron Rodgers waiting behind Brett Favre. I understand Steve Young waiting behind Joe Montana. I understand a bunch of quarterbacks waiting behind other quarterbacks. I understand Lamar Jackson was picked by the Ravens. He's going to wait behind Joe Flacco, but Christ almighty, the second Joe Flacco screws up, in goes Lamar Jackson. Trust me. This is the bottom line. I understand growing under other quarterbacks. I understand holding the clipboard and its valuable lessons and its valuable time and all this stuff. But is the drop-off that much from Nathan Peterman to Josh Allen? Is the drop-off that much from A.J. McCarron to Josh Allen? Absolutely not. It isn't. It's just there's not much of a drop-off. We're not going from Carson Wentz to a rookie. We're not going from Tom Brady to a no-name. We're not going from Ben Roethlisberger to a third-string quarterback. We're not going from Drew Brees to a guy who's pumping gas, who comes in to throw a football on the football field. This is not that much of a drop-off. In fact, I haven't seen enough from Nathan Peterman in the training camp or in the preseason or even going back to last year, and certainly for the career of A.J. McCarron, who I do like a lot as well in terms of the guy and a couple of little things that he can bring from an efficiency standpoint. I don't think those guys are extremely better than Josh Allen. They might have a little bit more of that experience. They might have more of the pedigree. They might be, I guess, more in tune to start in week one and a little bit more experienced from a just being in the league standpoint. That's all nice. But are they that much better than Josh Allen? I don't think so. And I think as you give Josh Allen more second-team reps or first-team reps and you let him have the players, remember, quarterbacks are really, really good when they're really, really good. When they're really, really bad, they're really, really bad. And a lot of times what happens is it's about what the supporting cast is around you. Yes, Jerry Rice wouldn't have been Jerry Rice without Joe Montana, but you also could say that Montana wouldn't have been Montana without Jerry Rice. It's a team sport. Quarterbacks get too much credit. That's where I was going with it. They get too much credit when they win. They get too much blame when they lose. But the reality is you got to put people around. I mean, that's all there is to it. GMs, owners, etc., head coaches, you've got to put people around the quarterback in order to help them out. If they have zero talent, if they have nobody who can run routes, if there's no running game, they can completely and utterly be devoured. Look at Eli Manning in 2017. Does Eli have more in the tank? I think he has a little bit more in the tank. I don't think he's going to be prime Eli anymore. But gee whiz, when you take away Odell Beckham Jr., when you take away a couple offensive linemen, when you don't have a ground game, when your defense can't get off the field, when the secondary doesn't cover people, what in the world are you doing for your quarterback? You're just leaving him out there hung out to dry. And that is something that Josh Allen, I don't think the Bills want with him. But by the same token, is A.J. McCarron good enough? Is Nathan Peterman good enough with the roster that they have to make all those other guys better? Are those guys that good at quarterback? Are they that quality of a quarterback in order to make Zay Jones into a Pro Bowler? I don't think so. I mean, we're not talking here about Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady. We're not talking about those kind of quarterbacks. We're not even talking about mid-level quarterbacks. We're not even talking about a guy like Joe Flacco, who has gone down the last couple of years but still has a Super Bowl ring. I just don't think there's that much of a difference between Peterman, McCarron, and Allen. And frankly, if you are trying to ride the momentum of last year's playoff berth, if you're trying to ride the momentum of merchandise sales, if you're listening to Bills Mafia and the fan base and all the rest, and you're looking and there's excitement and you see what he did in the preseason, you're giving him time in the training camp. This guy's got 2-3 weeks to get ready for the season. He has a chip on his shoulder from Wyoming. He didn't get a scholarship from them. Basically, they offered only when Eric Dungy went to Syracuse. That's the only reason why Josh Allen was given a scholarship to Wyoming. To me, those are all big, big things to look at with Josh Allen. Huge size and potential, huge arm, chip on the shoulder, immediate look right now in training camp and all the rest, and in the preseason. I would start Josh Allen in week one. I'm Mike Lindsley. Thanks so much for watching 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley here from the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Don't forget to join me this Saturday for the Blue Jays, Yankees, and Alabama Stakes watch party. We're going to give away some unbelievable raffle prizes, including a Batavia Downs stay and play, a foursome to Timber Banks, $50 gift cards to Rosie's Corner, and a bunch more. Everybody who comes in will also get all you can eat free cheese pizza as well as an entry prize. IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook, 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports and get my podcast, the ML Sports Platter, on Spotify and iTunes. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.